Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Tuesday night, turnaround Tuesday. Looks like the markets did not have a good day today, but a lot of our stocks did. And let's go over a few old ones and new ones. ADXS impressed me by jumping $1 now. It didn't hold the highs, got up just a penny from 15 today. Backed off about 50 cents, but closed up $1, 7.5%, and traded 1.86 million. That's the best volume on an up day in a couple of weeks. Yeah, since this pop here, if we can just get a follow through, we could see 18 or 19 in stock. Looking good. ANET, nice rebound off the off the 50-day moving average and lateral price support. Distinct support looks like around 66.90, 67. Today jumped from 67 to 70 and change and closed 70.53. That was up 201 or about 3%. Looking to see if we can extend and retest the highs at 74.5. Now I'm looking at 77.5 and 83. CAPN, boy, I think it's ready. It was featured last night, but it popped this morning all the way up to 695. Couldn't quite get to that 7 level. You can see this line is still resistance, but if it pops through, watch this one carefully. The technicals look good. The on-balance volume is at a new high, ahead of price. That's positive. Looking for a run at the $8 range, and then a test of 9 3/4. Beyond that, we can see 12 or 13, but let's take it one step at a time. Up next is CRMD. Look, I'm not going to be buying the stock, not now. But when it should have been bought is when it broke out and flagged, broke out again and flagged, low volume ebb and popped again, rising flag, pop in another coil. All of this, and I completely overlooked it. So don't ask me how that happened. But at this point, having run up to the top of the long-term channel, up here, you can see that it's extended, and having gone up for the last, 10 out of 12 weeks or something, it's really, really a beautiful chart, and it still may see higher levels. This is resistance right here, though. DYAX, well, let me show you this on a 1-minute chart. After hours on FDA approval or orphan drug approval, the stock exploded from 16 3/4 to as high as 25.40, closing at 25.10. And that's about 8.5, 8.35 off the low, off of the close. And so it's going to be a big day tomorrow. Could very well get through 26 and run all the way up to the 27.8 zone or more. But we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. I did want to point out, though, that it's run up today to a new 14-year high, the highest level since 2001, when it reached 21.24. Beautiful long-term chart pattern. Here's your weekly, and here's your daily, and we'll see if this is a blow-off. But bottom line is, I'm not as excited as I would be because this is just phase 1, so be careful tomorrow on this one. ELOS, well, it's a swing trade. It acted well. It broke out there. It pulled back. A nominal breakout, couldn't follow through, backed off one more time. Low volume on that. Good technicals, and today popped from 11.67 to 12.59, closed 12.38, up 71 cents or 6%. Volume was big for this stock, although not big in general, 360,000. The second biggest volume in about 4 weeks. Let's see if we can extend my target to 13.25 and 14.5. GBSN, well, after an explosive move Friday, the stock dropped back yesterday, but on very low volume. Today it came out strong and gapped up after it had some news, opening at 390, closing at getting as high as 422. It's kind of interesting that it opened 321, closed at 390, so about 70 cents off the opening. And you can see there's resistance here, but if we do get a thrust in this one, there's a possibility this could be a $6 stock. Keep an eye on this one going forward. GENEs, 2 days in a row after coming out of the falling wedge with the breakaway gap and through the moving averages yesterday. Today it popped and got as high as 574 before backing off 50 cents. It did close up 33 cents, but it was a bit of disappointment. The volume was a huge 20 million, so we'll just have to see if we can continue at some point. The support is at the 50-day moving average now, about 4.5. And the resistance is up here at about 6.65. So those are your targets and support. GMAN has been bonkers, and part of the reason is the 48.81 heavily short position. They are murderously squeezing the shorts. This stock's gone from 4 to 8.30 in a week and a half. I wouldn't advocate being aggressive with this, but it could get still some follow through. And at this point, 10.5 3/4 is my next target, but I wouldn't bet the farm on it. GPRE, swing trade, acting well. The base pattern, the breakout, the consolidation today broke out of that consolidation as volume picked up to 1.1 million, 89-cent gain of 3.25%. the targets are going to be 30 and 32.5. ONCE has been a recent IPO biotech and one of the favorites. Have gone from 40 to 77.5 today, the last 4 days in a row. Excuse me, 3 days in a row. It's gone from 65 to 79. The target is now 86.7. RIGL long-term pattern shows a long downtrend. Final breakout, retest, pop, flag, and then today again. But what we need is to get this to 3 3/4. Once it does that and takes that out the 390 range, where some resistance is, I'm looking for 4 1/4 and 5. TWOU, after breaking out here and pulling back, was a probable swing trade, and I missed that one. 21.41 to 25 3/4 just in the last couple days. The target has to be about 29, but let's see if we get a pullback retest or not. It does look strong. Volume is picked up, not tremendously so, and there is 7 days to cover. The last day is UNIS, which is now up, believe it or not, 4 days in a row. Today's gain was only 7 cents or less than 2%, but it traded decent volume. I'm going to need this to 4 1/4, and then the target is 4.90. Through that, I got 5 1/4 and 5 3/4 as targets, maybe as high as 6 1/4. Based on the 1, 2, 3, 4 wave move, the fifth wave could take us to retest the 2014 high, which came at 565. That's kind of a target for me right now. That's it for tonight, folks. Have a good evening.